Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time for another club reveal, and I'm so excited to show you this reveal. I tried something, and to be honest with you, I haven't even stamped it yet because, as you know, it's been so difficult getting things in on time lately. This one really cut it close. It is 3:25 the day before you will see this, and I'm just now being able to stamp it. So we'll see what happens, and I hope that it works. I know that it will, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So Stamp Club, what is that? All the information about our Stamp Club is in the description below. It's a super fun mystery club that you can join. You get the stamp sets at a discounted price that we release each month, and you get a discount on most of your purchases in the store. So if you want more information, it's in the description below. Now, it's kind of weird because you know I'm all about the holidays right now. I'm in full Christmas mode in my head, but it's August and it's Stamp Club, and that's not really what you're looking for this time of year for Stamp Club. So instead, I tried to do something I've never done before. You guys recently asked me for background stamps, and it's so funny because I knew this was coming. This is sort of a background, not background. You'll have to see what my brainchild was, okay? So check this out. Look at these beautiful flowers. Now, what I want you to imagine, it's not, but I want you to imagine that it's sort of that toile feeling, you know, that pattern from wallpaper and fabrics that's so beautiful. And we actually even tried to do that pattern, but we couldn't get it to stamp well, so we ended up going with this pattern, but I love this. So here's my plan for this guy. I want it to be a background stamp. Do you see how what Sylvia did, and she did this so well, was she laid the images on the stamp so that they could stay together as a background? Do you see that? Or you can remove images to use as stamps. Now let's talk about the flowers. So you got a couple things here. You got some roses, which are gorgeous. And look at these hydrangeas. Are you kidding me? I just think they're so, so pretty. And I just thought they were perfect for this style of stamp and getting that background texture that we're looking for. Now, don't worry. Your fall stuff is coming. Do not worry. We're not ignoring fall. And I know everybody's kind of in that transition, but this one felt like the perfect time for me to release this to give you this feel. Something you can use all the time. Now look at some other things in the set. A dragonfly. You guys love dragonflies. This is a flower. There are butterflies in 2 different sizes. There are little twigs and little fillers. There are other little flowers down here. And do you see the little 3 dots? Y'all know how much I love to add 3 dots to things. So I had her make me the little 3 dot stamp so I could fill this in even more. But let's try it as the background and see if my brainchild works. So what I'm going to do, you know I always keep a clean one to show in videos, but this one is the same stamp set, but I've turned it upside down on my work surface, and I'm leaving everything where it is. Now, you could put this in your MISTI. You know, there's lots of techniques for like sticking this onto your MISTI door and then using it that way, whatever way you want to do it. And I can do that for you if you want me to. I typically just tape mine down. I don't like to put double-sided tape back here. I don't like to deal with that, but I will just run tape all the way around on my MISTI and use it that way. But for today, I want to try this idea. If you don't have a MISTI, let me show you what I had in mind. So I want to stamp it in several colors, and I'm going to start from my lightest color first, just so that the ink doesn't transfer. This is Cheerful. It's just a yellow, and I want to show you. This was my thought. I just think this is going to be pretty. So we can ink this guy up just like this. This is kind of old school. Have you guys ever done this before where you've inked up the entire thing and then taken the paper to it? That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the paper to this image. And the good thing is, I don't really mind if it's kind of distressed. That'll be fine. But one thing we did on purpose was make it very thin lines. The images are thin lines. That way you shouldn't get a lot of skipping. Thin lines stamp a lot better than bold lines, right? All right, so I'm going to lay this piece down, and this is going to be how I'm going to create my background. Now I have another idea. I want to show you this. I love my impressible, and I use it for a lot of things. I thought it might be good to use here. So if you've got an impressible, you could do the same thing to get nice, even pressure. Just try not to wiggle too much because we don't want to move the paper on the stamp. All right, we're going to see it together. Let's see how this looks. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? What a pretty background. Then what I would do is I would take that little dot stamp or any of the other little stamps and fill in even more. Now, of course, I'll cut this down to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and use this for an A2 card, and then turn it into a whole background. Let me cut it down and show you what I mean. So you can see here that this is now cut down to 4 by 5 1/4 to use on an A2 card. And see how it just creates such a pretty background? I think you could even maybe double stamp this, kind of make it look a little mirrored or a little blurred. I just think there's a lot you can do by leaving the stamps on. But let's talk about what you can do by taking them off. So I play with them just a little bit. And look, this is using the hydrangeas and the little bees. And the colors I use, because I think these are really, really pretty together, I used Shady Lane. I also used Monarch. And I never say this one right, Chianti. I think that's how you say that one. And then for the little bees and for the 3 dots, I did those in black. So isn't that pretty how that works out together, just those 3 colors? But as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, wow, all the possibilities. Let me show you this next one. I was able to make a couple of backgrounds to show you. This one, and I hope you can see, look how washed out that is. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera so you can see. This is done with a pale pink. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the look of that. And this is showing off all the roses. Aren't they gorgeous? The roses and the butterflies. And listen, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'll show you what color I used. This is a memento, and I used angel pink. Isn't that beautiful? The reason I did this one is because when we were designing this set, Shannon and I kept thinking how pretty this will be in a tone-on-tone situation. And even though this isn't exactly tone-on-tone, it kind of gives you that look. Can you imagine just stamping these with watermark and then embossing them with a clear embossing powder? So many background possibilities. Maybe, and if you're interested, we can do a background video just to show you all the different possibilities of with this guy making backgrounds. So you can do it without any help, just this way, right off of the stamp set. You can do it this way by picking items up and moving them around, or you can do it this way. One other thing I wanted to show you about this set, in case you really like the idea of using it as a background, I have not put all of the images, all the stamps back on here. Do you see this? I want to show you. I took this one off, and you see how I kind of lost its shape on the pattern. It's not that big of a deal as long as you get it close, but I want to show you how to put this guy back on and get him right. If you put your stamp down on your work surface, and then you take your stamp sheet and you line it up to it, I didn't quite get it, I was a little bit off. You can take the sheet to the image and get it to line up much better in the place it should be than how we usually do when we just stick them down. And that'll work with any of them. Like this little guy right here, if I want to line him up here, I can just lay this down and nestle that in and get it really close to where it was. I don't think that perfect placement really matters when using this for the background. I think you can have them slightly off and it will still work. But if you want them to be pretty close, you can do them like that and pick them right back up. So that is, I didn't even tell you the name of this one. It is called Botanical Rhapsody. It's down here at the bottom. Botanical Rhapsody. Let me bring the clean one back over so you can see it on the screen. So there's that one. Let's put our little samples in. And again, if you want to see maybe a video where we make like 5 different backgrounds showing you how to use this, this will be so pretty with a sentiment in it, just in the middle, up the side, across, any way you want to do it. Maybe this for a baby shower, maybe a baby invitation because it's so light. There's so many things you can do, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as we did. We were excited to get hydrangeas. I got to be honest, it's one of the flowers that we really love. It's the flower that my daughter-in-law had at her wedding, was hydrangeas. That was the one she featured, so we're really excited. All right, you know, as we do, every month we do a $50 gift card giveaway, and if you would like to be entered to win, all you do is make something using this stamp set, post it to our customer gallery, and that's your entry. Then we will randomly pick a winner from those entrants, and that winner's name is in the top line of the description of this video from last month. So congratulations to the winner, and until next time, guys, bye now.